Hey guys, welcome back to Eric J's Automatic for the Collector. I've been away for a few weeks and haven't had any new content for you, so I hope you guys that have watched my channel are still with me. Sorry for the delay and making anything, but anyways, I'm back and I wanted to share some cool things I've gotten the last few weeks and got some really cool things to show you. But before I get to that, I just had a couple things I wanted to mention. I had somebody create a really cool new logo for my channel, and I intend on changing that in the next day or two. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up so you wouldn't be confused if you saw a different icon in your subscription list. In addition to the different logo, I'm going to cut off the Eric J's part from my name and just make it simply Automatic for the Collector. So anyways, with those two changes, I didn't want to throw people off and make them wonder what new thing they had in there and then delete my channel off their subscription or something. So anyways, be on the lookout. I'll have a new logo and the channel name will be Automatic for the Collector. That'll roll off the tongue just a little bit easier, a little bit of a shorter name. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to mention before I get into the current pickups I've had was a really nice fellow on YouTube commented on one of my videos and said he had been watching some of my content. And he enjoyed the last video I did on football cards. And he said that he also was interested in Merlin Olsen due to his character on Little House on the Prairie. And he offered to send me a couple cards in the mail that he had in his collection because I had mentioned that I was going to try to collect all of Merlin Olsen's Playing Days cards. So anyways, he reached out by email and then mailed me a couple cards. His name is Bret Stone, B-R-E-T Stone. So if you're interested, go check his channel out. He has a YouTube channel on sports cards. But anyways, I'll show the cards he sent me. He sent me this really cool 1974 Merlin Olsen card. 1974 Topps. And then also he sent me this 1970 Kellogg's Merlin Olsen card. So, Brad, if you're watching, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I was so happy to add those. So, again, thank you. Now I'm going to show you a couple pickups that I've gotten locally at a different couple shops I have in my area in Arkansas. The first one that I got is at a local card shop, and it's this 1968 Gaylord Perry. And what's cool about this is it's not the Topps card. If you turn it over, it's the O-Pee-Chee version. As you can see, the back of the card is more of a brown color, and at the very bottom it says printed in Canada, which lets you know it's the O-Pee-Chee version. But anyways, as you can see, the price sticker on here is what I paid for it. I paid $1 for this. So it was in a box that this card shop has of, they're kind of rougher condition vintage cards of stars or semi-stars. And when I saw that, I couldn't pass it up. And it's not in terrible condition. I mean, it's not the best condition in the world, but it's by no means a terrible condition card. So I was thrilled to add this to my vintage collection. The next card I got was at a local flea market where they have a booth of various sports cards in it, and I saw this card in the box and it stood out because it was so odd. compared to the other cards in the box. This one was like an oddball thing. I didn't know what it was. And before I bought it, I had to do a little research to figure out what it even was. But as you can see on the back of the card, it's just a plain green back, like a playing card. And so after doing a little bit of research, I figured out that what this is a 1936 S&S game card. So this would be like a playing card, similar to like the 51 Topps Redbacks, Bluebacks, or the 1968 Topps game cards. But anyways, I've never seen another one of these before, and I paid roughly $4 or $5 for this. I put it in a different sleeve, so the price sticker on here isn't accurate to what I paid for it, but yeah, it was only $4 or $5, so I couldn't pass that one up either. Okay, the next three cards I'm going to show are some Mickey Mantle cards, and this is my 7th episode since I've been creating content, and I thought in tribute to this being my 7th episode, I would throw in some cards of the legendary number 7 Mickey Mantle. I pulled these out of a box real quick. What these are Topps sweepstakes cards from 1996. We got the 1954 Bowman card, and on the back it just has a sweepstakes entry form. So I know Topps has reprinted all the Mickey Mantle cards endlessly over the years in different variations and formats, but I thought these were a little bit cooler than your average like commemorative card that they put out. These may not be rare, but they're a little bit probably harder to find than just the general commemorative reprints or other reprints they've done over the years. So we got the 54 Bowman. Next, I've got a 1962 Topps reprint sweepstakes. And then lastly, I've got the 1964 Topps Mickey Mantle commemorative or sweepstakes card. So for all you Mickey Mantle fans out there, there's your Mickey Mantle fix for the time being. Now let's move on to some other cool stuff. Mickey Mantle's had his few minutes of fame here. The next batch of cards I've got to show are all from the last weekend. I went to a card show in Bentonville, Arkansas. And if you've never been to a show in Bentonville, it's a really good one. They hold it about every 3 months or so. And it's well worth going to. So if any of you collectors live near Arkansas, driving distance, or you happen to be in the area sometime, just look up the card show calendar and you'll be able to find out when one is, and maybe I'll see you there one day. But anyways, all the last batch of cards I'm going to show are ones I got this last weekend at that show. And the first one I have is this 2001 Topps Gallery Ichiro rookie. And this is one that I had been wanting to get for quite a while. It's probably one of my favorite Ichiro rookies. This is the English version. They made the English and the Japanese version. The Japanese having all of the writing in Japanese. So anyways, I found this one at a really good price and figured I better get it while I had the chance. So anyways, I was thrilled to get this one for my collection. Okay, the next little batch of cards I'm going to show are all graded cards. These are all SGC cards, and some of them I got, I took a few things with me to the show to trade, and then some of them I just bought outright with cash. And I came away with a really nice stack of vintage cards that I'm super happy to have. So the first one I have is this 1954 Bowman Mini Minoso card. And this card I'm thrilled to have because it's my first vintage Mini Minoso card I've had in my collection. And I hadn't had any of his stuff prior to him being elected to the Hall of Fame. So unfortunately now you're having to pay a little bit more for his stuff than you would have in the past. But anyways, super happy to have this. And also the 1954 Bowman is my favorite year of vintage Bowman cards. For some reason the colors on the 54 Bowman and the artwork are just kind of really cool to me. So when I saw this 54 of Mini Minoso, I was thrilled to get this one. The next one I have is just a super awesome piece. I wouldn't say it's super rare, but it's a little bit more uncommon than your average vintage card. And this is a 1958 Topps contest card. And you can see there were 3 items that people could send in to get based on whatever the stipulations were for the contest. But this is graded an SGC 5, and when I saw this is another one I couldn't pass up. I saw it at a show months back, and I didn't get it then, and it just so happened this time when the show rolled around, it was a different dealer that had this one, but I thought if I keep passing it up, one day I'm not going to be able to locate one, especially at a great price. So anyways, this was another cool pickup. The next one I have is 1961 Topps Yogi Berra. I needed this Yogi Berra for my collection, and this one was in fabulous condition. As you can see, it's graded a 4.5. It looks excellent. Just fabulous looking card. So I was happy to add this one to the collection. Next, I've got a 1962 post-serial Roberto Clemente. This one was with the red lines. There were 2 versions of this card, one with red lines and one with blue lines down in the statistics portion of the card. And like all of you other fellow collectors out there, I never can pass up a good deal on a card of someone like Clemente or Hank Aaron or Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, any of the big names. When you have a chance to get a decent card of those guys, it's you have to jump on that opportunity. Okay, the next one I have is a 1968 Topps Tom Seaver. This one's graded an SGC 5. Again, a nice looking card. I know this one is one that I did some trading for. I got this in a different card that I'll show in a different video. There are some cards I got at this show that I'm not showing in this video just to kind of keep the length down. But I got the Tom Seaver and another SGC graded card in a trade I did. I had a stack of 20 1959 Fleer Ted Williams cards, and they were in pretty good condition. They weren't like mint, but they were in definitely pretty decent condition. And I used to really like the Fleer Ted Williams cards, and I had maybe hoped to make the set one day. I got a nice little stack of them, but over the years my interest in that set has kind of gone down a little bit. So I figured instead of keeping that stack of cards, maybe I'd just keep a few of the 59 Fleer Ted Williams cards in my collection and then get rid of the rest of the bulk. So anyways, I traded those 20 cards and got the Tom Seaver and the other card that I'll show you in a future video. Okay, the next card I've got is this 1971 Topps Steve Garvey rookie card. I didn't have one of these in my collection, and being that there was one there that was graded SGC at an affordable price, I went ahead and picked it up, and it's SGC 6. Really nice, presentable card. I was super happy to add that one. It's just, I know the 71s with the black borders can be a little bit tough to get in a good condition and nicely centered, so I thought that one was a really good looking one. Okay, a couple more SGC cards, and then I have two more things that are really cool to show you, and we'll be done. The next card I got was this Robin Yount rookie, graded a 4.5. And I had another Robin Yount rookie that I took to the show with me as trade material. And it was graded by an off-brand company, Gem Grading, G-E-M. And it was graded 7. But again, I'm trying to kind of weed out some of the off-brand grading company cards I have. Unless it's just a top-notch card that I might have trouble getting in the future. I had done a little research on that Gem Grading, and even though the Robin Yount I had looked really nice, I'd read that Gem Grading wasn't the most reputable at doing their grading. It said they had even graded trim cards in the past, and I couldn't quite tell in the slab if it was actually trimmed or not, but I just didn't feel comfortable having it, and I didn't want to crack it out of the case and then put it in a one-touch or something and figure out that it was trimmed later on. So I took it to the show and just put it in as trade material and got rid of that Gem Grading version I had. And even though it was graded a 7, I thought I was more confident in having this in my collection than that off-brand. So this being a 4.5, it's still a really nice looking card. And so I was happy to get rid of the Robin Yount and then get another one back, because I didn't have any other Robin Yount rookies in my collection. So anyways, there's that. And then the very last SGC graded card I got at the show was this 1975 Hank Aaron. And this is a really nice one. I didn't have a 75 in my collection for Hank Aaron, so this one's graded a 5. Here's the back. And so a lot of these cards I got, you know, the 275s, this 1971 Steve Garvey, this Roberto Clemente post serial, the Bazooka contest card, and then the Mini Minoso. All of those cards I got from one dealer, and like I said, I did a little bit of trading with some cards. I took some other cards in addition to the ones I've already mentioned in this video for trade, but I did a little bit of trading and did a little bit of cash and came away with all those, so I thought I did quite well. When I go to shows, I have to be pretty resourceful because my funds are limited usually, and so I usually end up taking a little bit of stuff to either trade or sell to fund my personal collection of cards. Okay, I've got two more really cool items to show you, then we'll wrap it up. Also at the show, there was a dealer there that deals exclusively in vintage cards. And he had these 1971 top scratch-offs. And I got, he had 3 graded ones. He had this Alkaline. And he had this Harmon Killebrew. And both of them are not scratched off. Graded by PSA. And he had a third one, which was a little more pricey. That's why I didn't get it. He had another one of Carl Yastrzemski. And all 3 of the scratch-offs he had were just like this. They were unscratched. The Carl Yastrzemski he was asking $40 for, and then he said that he would sell the K-Line and the Killebrew for $20 a piece. I waited a little while, and then towards the end of the show, I went back, and he still had them. And I can't remember 100% sure, but I think I talked him down just a little bit more and got the pair for, it was either $30 or $35. I'm thinking it was $35 I paid for the pair. So they're both graded a near mint 7. And in the PSA slabs, they look really cool, being that they're unfolded. I have some of these in my collection that are not graded, and you can get them at a really good price if they're not graded. But he said once they're in a slab like this, they tend to go for a little bit more money than what they would be in ungraded. And they look so nice. So I haven't filed these away in boxes. I put them on this little shelf behind me right here where I've got some of my cards stored. But anyways, I was super happy to get these. So, and that's all I've got to show you for this time. I appreciate you guys watching. And again, be on the lookout for my new channel logo. And it's going to be called Automatic for the Collector. Just keep that in mind, and I hope you guys will stick with me. One other item of business, my next episode, I've got something special for you guys. I may show a few cards to satisfy the collectors out there that can't stand to have me switch to a different topic. But in honor of REM's Automatic for the People album, that is their 8th studio album. And I thought, being that it'll be my 8th episode, I'm going to do an REM showcase. So what I'm going to do is pull out some of my items from my collection that are a little bit unique, a little bit oddball, not just your average CD or whatever. I've got some cool REM memorabilia. And so for any of you music fans out there that happen to like REM, check that episode out. I'm not exactly sure when I'll be putting it out, but anyways, Automatic for the People is their 8th studio album, and I thought that would be fitting to do on my 8th episode. So thank you guys for watching this one, and it's good to see you again, and we'll see you again hopefully soon. Thank you, and take care.